Hey everybody, how's it going today? Superfiend here. Welcome back to our Warhammer 2 playthrough as Azhag the Slaughterer in the Mortal Empires map with the new green skin rework, the Grom the Punch and the Warden DLC. Might still be in early access right now. In any case, thanks to Creative Assembly for that. I do appreciate it. And in the first episode, we wiped out Ostermark and we've come out of the mountains and we've kind of moved into the lands of men. And then last episode, we wiped out Hochland, and today we're going to turn our attention onto Hochland, I believe. And so we're going to descend upon them with a green vengeance and wipe out their territory. They've only got 3 settlements, and then we're probably going to activate the WAAAAGH today, but I don't know if I want to activate it right now, because when you activate the WAAAAGH ability, you pick a faction, and then you're supposed to go after their target. And the higher their strength rating is, the bigger and better the reward is that you get. So seeing as how we want to go after Hochland, their strength rank 101. That's not really all that great. But Middenland is 17. So really the better faction target or the better WAAAAGH target would be Middenland, which is right here. However, I still want to wipe out or take Hochland and then deal with this rebellion first. So that's going to be our first goal in picking up the episode here, is to just take care of those 2 things. So let's go ahead and force march all the way down past Castle von Rocken, and we'll get over to Beckefin so we can kill off this rebellion. We're not going to kick this in quite yet. It's not going to move or change at all because it's at 100. And then what we're going to do is... let's see. I think we're just going to move straight up into the mountains. Next turn, we can underground move over to Brass Keep. And we should be able to get in there pretty quick and cause some damage. Now, our shaman should be right around here somewhere. Let's go ahead and try to steal technology once more. We get a 26% research rate increase. He's been successful. So now we have 31% research rate for 4 turns. And we've also gained a skill point. We're going to put the final point here into steal technology. So that'll be even better the next time he succeeds. And then over here, we have a Goblin Big Boss that was given to us for free. And we're going to use him to damage the walls if we may. Excellent. And he's gained a skill point, so we'll put that into Specialist as well so that his agent actions are cheaper. I'm not going to upgrade anything over here. Well, I guess I'll spend 1,000 for the growth building. And then in Carrick Ungor, we're going to go ahead and get the Goblin Toolbox, the Tinkerer building, so that we can get pump wagons, and then the next tier is going to open up to us rock lobbers and the other snotling pump wagons. And let's see, do we want to upgrade this? I don't know that I want to upgrade that, but I am going to upgrade this as well. We're earning a couple hundred per turn. We're looking okay. People are not too upset with us. Kislev is still kind of strong. I'm not ready to go to war with them. I don't know when we're going to do that, but we will eventually, I would imagine. And so now over here, we're ready for our next research. We finished off the enormous loot cart, so we have income from sacking is increased by 20%. Now, if we spend some scrap, we can get some scrap upgrades unlocked for Night Goblins, Night Goblin Archers, Night Goblin Fanatics, and Night Goblin Archers Fanatics. We're not using any Night Goblins right now. We're not using any Wolf Riders. Spider Worship. This is for Goblin Spider Riders and Spider Rider Archers. Now, we do have a unit of those. I don't know how long we're going to continue to use them. A scrap upgrade unlock for Pump Wagons might actually be good. And then we have melee attack for Goblin and Night Goblin infantry units. But if we go down here and we look at Go Bigga, we'll have increased growth, and then we can get recruitment cost reduction, and we can also get construction cost reduction. And then Heavy Metal gives scrap upgrades for Orc Boys, Orc Error Boys, and Orc Biggins, and I imagine we're going to be using Biggins. We also get melee attack +2 for all Orc infantry, and weapon strength plus 10% for all Orc infantry units. So I think I want to go Bigga, and maybe down this way, and then probably Heavy Metal. So we'll do that for now, and I'm going to ignore the settlement upgrades because I've already looked at the settlements and built the buildings I wanted to do, and I think we'll just end our turn and see what the AI is going to do here. Now, hopefully, is it Hochland? Hopefully they don't have a whole lot of armies anywhere, and we can sneak up on them pretty good with Azhag. And if we can do that and dish out the pain to them real fast, they should fall pretty quick under the green tide, and then we can activate our WAAAAGH and go after Middenland if they are still pretty high up on the faction strength ranking. And I will say the end turn times do seem awfully fast. I still don't know if they've like officially been, if the turn times have been reduced even further. I don't know if it's been optimized more, but it certainly does feel like it. Let's go ahead here and let's steal technology once more. It looks like it was successful. Negative growth in Bekafin. I don't care about that. It was successful. And so now we have 35% for 6 turns. Excellent. And with Azhag, we can underground move and get in front of Brass Keep. And then over here, let's go ahead and damage walls once more. We'll just keep it up. Darn it. We finally failed. It's okay. We only need to succeed next turn. And then over in here. Ah!
No, Gracie, never wrong.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back up ever so slightly. I'm gonna go into a raiding stance. And I'm gonna get 3 units of Orc Boys. We should be able to afford that quite comfortably. They'll lay siege for at least a turn. And with the garrison, we should be able to wipe them out.
No, you failed.
And over here, we can upgrade this. And seeing it gives Lord Recruit Rank +1, Obedience +10. And it also gives Goblin Big Boss Hero Recruit Rank and Untainted Corruption. So let's go ahead and spend 3,000 there and get that upgrade as well. And I feel comfortable spending that money because we're going to be attacking Hochland pretty soon here. And we should get plenty of post-battle loot from that. Okay, technology has been researched, +10 growth for our settlements. They've not yet lain siege. We're going to go ahead and pick the big un bullies. Or no, let's do heavy metal. Heavy metal, so we got weapon strength and melee attack. And then we've also got our scrap upgrades for our basic Bork infantry. And then now we'll move into the settlement here. Kislev may decide to attack us. It seems unlikely. And we have Aldebrand Ludenhof is right there. And then now with Azhag. Let's come down about halfway. They don't have a great garrison in here. We'll go ahead and encamp. Or raiding stance. We'll steal technology. Successful there. Another skill point. Excellent. And we'll go ahead and get Fists of Gork. And let's try to damage walls once more. Success. Skill point. And we'll put a point into damage walls, which creates additional wall breaches on success. And then coming back over here to look at things. We look good. And we look good in here. And we're finally ready to upgrade at Wolfenburg. So let's spend 3,200. We got plenty of money. Plenty of money. We're going to have lots of fighting coming up here real quick. We have Corone. Probably chasing after Wulfric. They tend to be at war with each other. But Corone coming all the way along the coast there into our lands. They're not going to like us. I don't know if they'll declare war on us or not, but just having them around makes me a little bit nervous. Should make anybody nervous. Okay, and now our orcs are slightly upgraded. And we've got our 2nd Regiment of Renown, our 3rd Regiment of Renown, our 4th Regiment of Renown, and we're earning 600 income per turn. Now, we don't need to steal technology right now because we got 7 turns remaining on that. But I would like to damage the walls. Darn, he failed again. But that's okay. And with Azhag here, let's go ahead and get back here. And then we'll be looking at Ard Lads for ward save for orc units, armor for orc units, and melee defense for orc units. Should make it nice and powerful. And over here, can I just click my way through this and auto-resolve this fight? No, I'm trying to... It won't let me select him. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we can just auto-resolve this. We took a little bit of damage. It is worth 677. I'll take the replenishment. They're going to retreat off the settlement. He gained a dragon helm and an idol carva. Let's come out. Thump them again. Good and proper. 3% replenishment. And we've got a pigeon plucker pendant. We'll come back in. And we got 3,300. Now, over here with him, let's see. Should we get some of the blue abilities, or should we just go with the red stuff? No, you know what? Let's go red, and let's put it into the boys. And let's recruit here. Now, if I want to get Orc Arrow Boys, it's going to take 2 turns, and it's going to cost me about 2,400. But we should be able to afford it. Okay, so his army is nearly ready to go. Once we have money, we'll be able to upgrade that. And with our Orc Shaman, let's scout south and see where is Midland. Where's the rest of their strength? So this is Midland. This is all Midland here. So they have, there's their capital. Minor settlement. Then they have this. And Caroburg is like here, north of Reichland, I think. So I think that's going to be our WAAAAGH target. Strength rank. Oh, wow. They dropped to 51. Just like that, huh? Well, that kind of sucks. So maybe Karak Kadrin should be our target. We go after Ungrim with both of our armies. We just throw everything at him. He's still got a weak garrison in here, so he's probably only at like tier 2 or tier 3 with his capital. And if we knock him out, either we can occupy this and then go thump the Red-Eye Greenskin tribes, because we have the Norskin Confederate mechanic. So if we just beat their lord in combat, then they'll confederate with us and we'll have all this territory back here. But then we'd have to come back and defend this. And we can't defend that and this over here very successfully. And I still do want to take the fight to Reichland and try to knock him out pretty early if we can. So I think we'll still be going this way. And I just don't think we'll get to use the WAAAAGH mechanic on the strongest faction that I had originally intended. But I want to give them at least the chance to get the Orc Arrow Boys. So let's go ahead and get the Biggin Bullies. Not declaring any new wars quite yet. We will be in just a moment. We're raiding over here for 750 though. That's a good thing to keep in mind too. We're going to lose that income when we declare war. But Hochland, for some reason or other, is not recruiting. They're not recruiting in their capital settlement. So once we do declare war there, it should be pretty quick. They should go down pretty fast. Chaos stirs. I'm not going to worry about that. And let's take leadership +5 for 5 turns. And for all armies. Ooh, Azhag's armor is all right. It's got spikes in the right places, the odd skull here and there, and is decorated with the crusted blood of countless broken enemies. But it's missing something, and Azhag can't quite put his finger on what it is. He summons his shamans to demand answers. Well, we want an orc shaman, because we're proper orky. Yeah. I know all about it. We're not doing the WAAAAGH quite yet. Let's see here. Embed an Orc Shaman hero into the following Lord's army. Azhag. Oh, okay. So that's part of his skill stuff. And let's see. We got 1 turn here. We're still making a little bit of money. I'm going to wait. And where's our Orc Shaman? Let's bring him back towards Azhag so we can embed him and get that quest completed. Okay. A little bit of a slow moment here. And then things are going to pick back up with some proper orky action, right? Move him out. Azhag has picked up the Raider trait. So now we have income from raiding 5% and obedience -2 in local enemy armies or local enemy provinces. Wulfric's probably going to go down there and smack Gwendolyn of Corone and send her off. I'd imagine that Wulfric would win that fight. And we have some new greenskins have shown up. And we have trespassers. Oh, let's go ahead here and pick the growth for our provinces. And let's see if this is the proper time to declare war by trying to damage the walls here. We failed, but you know what? We're going to do it anyways. We're going to declare war now. And we're going to go ahead and go right after the capital.
The nation calls.
Okay, he's going to have a real rough time because he's not going to know which way to go, really. And I hope that them raiding over here is not a sign that they're preparing to declare war on me. I really don't want to tussle with them. I'd rather keep the fighting focused on the race of man, if we can. But let's go ahead here, and let's declare war. They're at war at Telebic land, so this is going to work out great. And let's embed... Oh, we can't embed the shaman. We have to wait. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Let's call upon our WAAAAGH. Let's do it.
The WAAAAGH is the will of the...
And we'll select our target, which is right here. Weapon strength. And big WAAAAGH or missile strength. For all armies and big WAAAAGH. Well, we got a lot more melee troops than we do missile troops, so we're going to dedicate to Gork for the melee weapon strength. And we have 20 turns to knock this out. And once we do, what will we get? Completing your current WAAAAGH will reward you with the Big Humies Trophy. Charge bonus +5, faction-wide, and obedience +2, faction-wide. That's quite nice. And we've got some WAAAAGH units in here. They're going to go ahead and fill up. And do I get the little tooltip in here? Unit count. An army can have up to a maximum of 20 units, including any embedded heroes. WAAAAGH unit count. Here's where it says it. A WAAAAGH army will grow to the same number of units its parent army had when the call to WAAAAGH was made. The type of units that join this army can depend on its location or your faction leader. And we should be getting a WAAAAGH over here as well. It's important to note that when you do the call to WAAAAGH, armies that you recruit after the WAAAAGH, they will not get the WAAAAGH. So like Muncha Pigkissa, he gets the WAAAAGH because he was already active and on the field when we did the call to WAAAAGH. So if you want to maximize your WAAAGHs, make sure that you got your armies up and with a maximum number of units before you call the WAAAAGH. And then because Muncha Pigkissa, he can only get a WAAAAGH up to 19 because that's all he has right now. But you know what? It's going to be more than sufficient here. He's even picked up a Feral Wyvern. That's really nice. And once we wipe them out over here, they're going to be in really big trouble. And they're at war with Telebic land, so they can't even go down here to help. And let's see. Can we get a nice ambush over here? Can we get like 70% in our territory? You know, we got a 70% chance of a successful ambush right here with our... Oh, no. That was weird. It wouldn't let me... It wouldn't let me do it. Well, let's see if they try to lay siege or anything like that, or maybe they'll try to run by and go up to Castle von Rocken. They might run straight into the WAAAAGH, in which case we can damage them, and we'll take the settlement over here, no problem. In fact, I think we can just auto-resolve this one away. Yeah, look at that. We've taken a little bit of damage, but everything is still up. And 1,800 for our efforts, and we'll sack it for 14,000. So now we got plenty of money once again. Killed an enemy in battle. We picked up another bully, and we'll go ahead. We'll occupy this. So we've knocked it down quite a bit. Back to tier 1. I don't really care. And for this one, let's go ahead and get the growth, and we'll repair it. Our WAAAAGH target has been occupied. We have a backstabber for Azhag, a post-battle chance of stealing a magic item of 8%. And like we've already got it. Number of turns until the WAAAAGH disperses. Raise the target or occupy it by the time the WAAAAGH duration ends to receive your trophy. So we've already accomplished our goal. And if we merge our orc boys here, now we can bring our shaman in. And that should get us the quest completion. Very good. And then have one giant unit in the following lord's army, Azhag the Slaughterer. So we need a giant. And we can also global recruit. Do we have rock lobbers? No, we got the the pump wagons. Snotling pump wagon. Snotling pump wagons. What the heck was that? Let's go ahead and upgrade this though to the Goblin Tinker bench so that we can get some of those war machines. And then we got a skill point with Azhag. And let's see, where do we want to go? We want to go to Hard Lads. Settlement upgrade. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. Well, I don't know. 3,200. Yeah, let's upgrade Beckafin. Seems like it'd be worth it. I don't know about Norden. What's our population? Yeah, okay, let's do Norden. And let's end our turn. So overall, I'd say we're looking pretty good. Our armies are getting some meat underneath them, you know, some meat and potatoes. Still a little bit nervous about the undead that are roaming around in our land, spreading the corruption. You know, I don't like the fact that they're creeping up on our settlement there. It really makes me think they're going to declare war on us eventually. And we got Vicious Gobspit roaming through here. Maybe we should take a look and see if he's at war with any of the men of the Empire. Our ambush was foiled, but they didn't push up and attack at all. And if I underground move... Now, did our WAAAAGH get any bigger? Doesn't look like they did. Maybe they did. Let's go scout Brass Keep. It's empty. Azhag can get most of the way there. So we'll push up. We'll go into a raiding stance. Or a raiding camp.
By Sigma, no.
You know what? I think we can do this. So let's go ahead and siege them out. We'll encircle. And we're going to encircle and let them attack us if they want to. And that might allow our WAAAAGH units to deploy on the field at the same time as our regular army. If we initiate the attack, then our WAAAAGH comes on as reinforcements. And I'd rather have it deployed with our units. Over in here... Let's go ahead and spend 2,500. Get the garrison building. How much is the gold mine to upgrade? 4,000. I think we're a little too tight to spend any more money there. At least right now. And I think we look pretty good. Let's end our turn. I'm expecting that Hochland is going to attack Muncha Pigkissa. I'm also half expecting a declaration of war from the von Karsteins. I don't think they can be trusted. They're not green enough. Yeah, we got a second army from Bretonia showing up over here, or Corone, I should say. And the Savage Orcs continue moving west. Wow, I'm a little surprised they didn't come out and attack us here. Karazakarak has confederated Zufbar. Okay. Let's go ahead and pick less eaten, more building, and we'll get construction cost reduction. And we got a handful of turns before we run out of money and have financial problems. We can go ahead and push up here, though. We'll encircle, and we'll go ahead and embed our Goblin Big Boss before we fight the battle. And we'll get Fists of Gork. And then now that everyone's in the army and all of our heroes can get experience, we can auto-resolve this. And let's go ahead and sack it for 10,000. Potion of toughness. Excellent. And we're going to have to occupy it on our next turn, but our goblin big boss, we can spend a point with him. Let's go ahead and get scavenge. And then let's come down to Azhag, and we'll give him the potion of toughness. And then our shaman here, let's see. We still got 3 turns of increased research rate, so I'll go ahead, I'll keep him in there. And we'll go ahead, I think, and just keep what we're doing over here. We'll get the Swindler equipped for income from post-battle loot. And let's go with the Terrifying Mask of E on him. And I don't have anything else I can give him quite yet. Okay, so now that we got some more money and we're looking a little bit more comfortable, let's go ahead and upgrade those 2 buildings. Norden, once it's finished, we can go straight into walls and the next upgrade. Assuming that we have the money, and it looks like we will. So let's go ahead and skip everything else and end our turn. Wulfric has declared war. That's a little unexpected. That's a little unexpected. I don't know why he would be so unfriendly towards us. Perhaps he's just looking at Norden up here, and he sees a nice, easy target. And he wiped out that whole stack of Bretonnians. So I don't know. We might have to go across the bay there and thump him on the head. Show him a proper fight. Or we might be able to get the walls up in Norden. It's going to take about 5 turns. We're still being raided over here. Let's go ahead and look at our diplomacy for a moment and look at the attitude of the factions around us. Does anybody like us? The Skull Takers like us. They are at war with Middenland. Sylvania does not like us so much. Von Karstein. It's all trending neutral. But for the most part, things are deteriorating. And they don't look very good. We don't have a whole lot of friends here. With Azhag, we'll go ahead and walk into the settlement. We'll have to auto-resolve first. Go ahead, we occupy. A brutal business. Base weapon damage plus 20 for all armies of all factions. Income from sacking for our big boss. Scepter of Stability and a backstabber. Let's go ahead and look in here. Scroll of Blast. So we have a magic missile or the Scepter of Stability. I think I'd rather have the magic missile. And then for him, though, we can give the Scepter of Stability. And can we take him out? He was able to move out. Let's go ahead and take our Goblin Big Boss. Was he able to... What is going on here? How come Azhag was able to leave the settlement? He should not be able to leave the settlement on the turn that he took it. That is very peculiar. Let's go ahead and get a couple more Goblin Archers. And then we'll go ahead, we'll upgrade the capital. We have upgrades going there. Nordland, let's get the garrison building. It's going to take 2 turns. I think we might have enough time before Wulfric gets there. And then over here. If I can get Azhag down over here, we could take it right now with Azhag. But I also kind of think we could take it right now. We got a decent WAAAAGH. We got the Feral Wyvern. So you know what? Let's go ahead and look at this. And yeah, I think we should fight this now. I'll see you on the battlefield. It's been a little while since we had a proper fight. Okay, this is going to be relatively straightforward because all we got is Orc infantry and Orc missiles. And then we have our WAAAAGH coming on as reinforcements. They do have a mortar. And this is the map that used to have the gigantic statue like right in front that everyone disliked fighting on. They've removed some of the trees. They made the statue quite a bit smaller. It's a little bit more manageable now. And let's go ahead and get our WAAAAGH units coming up this way. And we just need to cross the field and get over there and take the fight to them. And once we overwhelm them with the big WAAAAGH, where we do increase damage and armor piercing damage, we should run them down pretty quick. Although you'll notice here that this is not Azhag's WAAAAGH. So this WAAAAGH does not cause fear and terror for all the units. Let's go ahead and get our Wyvern and our other WAAAAGH missile units coming up. And then all of our WAAAAGH units, just like our regular units, we want to turn guard mode off because once they break, we just want to stay on them and chase them off the field. And let's go ahead and speed this up a little bit. We're going to take some damage once they position their mortars and start firing at us. But we more than outnumber them, and we should be quite okay here. I'm going to want to get the Wyvern off on the mortar, I think. So let's put it over here. It'll be 1, it'll be 2. Okay, now are there any impassable areas of terrain over here? There are. So we'll take all of those orc boys. And then these orc boys. These guys haven't even made it back here yet. So here's our WAAAAGH units. And here's our error boys. You're a little too fast. Why are you so much faster than all your friends? Let's bring our Wyvern. And let's go get the mortars over there. Okay, they're shuffling around. If they had any brains about them, they would actually be lining up to shoot at me. But we may actually get on them before they get any real effective missile fire out. Okay, our error boys. Yeah, we got ourselves a proper fight here. Okay, now our WAAAAGH meter should fill up pretty fast here. We got a lot of green in these fights. And that's what's supposed to cause it to fill up the fastest. Okay, their mortar is incredibly useless. They're not getting much action out of it. Okay, let's shoot the Free Company militia. Their lord is going down. Shoot this stuff here. Feral Wyvern. Big WAAAAGH. Okay, let's come up here at them. No, you don't. Let's put guard mode on our missile units. These units are breaking. Stay on that Wyvern, please. Stay on this over there. Let's bring our orc boys through. We got gobos coming in. They'll shoot there. Era boys. We'll shoot the Free Company militia. Where are these guys going? Come over here. Come over here. Goblins, push it in. Get up in there. Okay, we're going to close in on these units. Chasing them off the field. Shoot the missiles. Okay, everything of theirs should be breaking pretty soon here. Yeah, it's just a green tide. I love it. I love it. And let's speed this up because I think they're on their way out. Yeah, there you go. This looks like faction destroyed Hochland. And another decisive victory for us. 2,700 for our coffers, bringing us up to 8,800. We're still losing 720 per turn. Give or take, it fluctuates a little bit from turn to turn. Gained a skill point here. No new equipment. And let's go ahead and sack it. And I don't know if there's any benefit to raising it. But let's see. Who owns the neighboring territory? Now, where is Kemperbad? Is Kemperbad like down over in here? Or is it way off over this way? I think some of these might be way off over here, if I remember right. And I'm not quite sure that we're ready to go get right in the face of the Empire quite yet. Wulfric, you're ruining my plans here, dude, with this war declaration. How many... You got 9 settlements. I really don't want to go back there and mess around with him. We can't occupy any of that. It's no good to us. It's going to be difficult to get across there. Like, the best we could do is get over to here and underground move and then attack. Really kind of irritating that he popped in and decided to attack us here. Or declare war. Oh, but let's see. Let's see.
The nation calls.
Overall, they're looking pretty weak. They're looking pretty weak. And we got 17 turns of WAAAAGH remaining. So, let's occupy this. Let's occupy it. Faction destroyed. Hochland. I love it. I think we can save Norden from being sacked or raised. So we'll spend money to upgrade it. And what about our home territory, which we've just ignored for the whole campaign practically? It's like we don't even need to go over there. Okay. Buildings, we look good. We look good for buildings. Let's go ahead and spend our skill points here. So we got Smash 'em Fasta, melee attack, and leadership. I'm going to pick the Savage Smarts for our war machines. And then with our Orc Shaman, we're going to get Brain Bursta. And then with this fellow here, we'll get the boys, make them better. Now, I don't know if that leaks over onto the WAAAs, the red line abilities. I don't know if they affect the WAAAGH. I would imagine that they would. It certainly looks like they do. Like, everything in here has been increased a little bit, but some of it could be from our technology, could be from our Lord. And then we have a commandment. So let's do Camp Ruckus in Hochland for growth and obedience. And just get that taken care of pretty quick. We can turn off our taxes in here and get some of this public order back. We're not earning a lot of money in there, so I think that's well worth it. And we're really not earning a whole lot in here. We're earning 400. So we could get some public order back in here. Oh, let's see. It would take 4 turns before we have a rebellion. But you know what? We'll let the rebellion come. And let's end our turn. Now, ideally, we want to go to war with Telebic land and defeat Wulfric before our WAAAAGH timer runs out. Because during that time, we got extra units. They're free. They make our armies more powerful. And it looks like Wulfric is heading over towards Longship Graveyard. So maybe with Azhag, we should underground move and try to cut him off over there and see if we can catch him. It's a little risky to try to leap across the bay into the fog of war because he could have a strong army. And we have a war declaration from across the river here. So it looks like a lot of the factions are starting to pile in. Oh, they want to come up. They want to take Essen. Okay. Ornery Backslider. Our relations are deteriorating slightly. They're trending towards -5. That's no big deal. And I'm not going to accept the non-aggression pact there.
Your conquests strike fear into the...
Hey, we've been given some more money. So plus 4,000 and then plus 5,000 for bonus objectives. And once we get 4 more settlements, we'll get another 6,000. So by all means, we seem to be doing okay. We own quite a bit of territory. It's not very well protected. And I don't think it would be wise to bring up another army quite yet. Okay. So let's see here. They've decided to lay siege here, huh? That's your choice. Okay. Well, this is me all the way down to here. They've brought their army off over here. So, you want to go take Essen? I don't care. It's not worth much to me. Have it. In here, though, we're going to build the garrison building, and we're going to build the growth building. And then... Okay, so if this army comes down here and gets through this area, then Azhag is pretty much clear to come up here and defend Norden, right? That's the way I see it. And so I think with Azhag, we're going to underground move. And we'll take our big boss with us. Okay, so we're going to come just right back through there. Our shaman, however, will come south and scout for us a little bit. And maybe steal technology. We got 1 turn left on that. And over in here, we can upgrade this for 5,000. Okay, we do not have any upgrades there yet. Castle von Rauken. It might be about time to upgrade this. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do that. So, Hochland, we're trying to secure. We're trying to secure this back here. We got the walls in the garrison building. We don't have garrison building back here, though. So that's a little concerning. It's a little concerning. Growth, obedience. We should be able to get on top of them. And even if they take Hergig, I don't think he can hold it for more than a turn with us coming in right here. So we'll ignore the damaged buildings. We'll end our turn once more. And somebody's going to take Essen. Not the von Karsteins. Luen Leoncourt is now heading up towards Bay of Blades. So it may be that we don't need to bring Azhag up here after all. It looks like Bretonia may do the work for us. And to Lebeck land. This should come as no surprise to anybody. I'm going to spend the 750 and get the leadership for all of our armies. And then Ostermark has an imminent rebellion. Where is Ostermark? That would be over here, but we should have the garrison building before it spawns in. Now, how far can I underground move here? Not very far, honestly. Not very far. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to underground move to right there. We got a pretty nice looking wall building up there. Azhag's got a pretty good looking wall. Now let's see. If we force march all the way up to here, I wonder if I would be able to underground move across the bay. Or should I just pop out to here? And you know what? I think I'm just going to pop out to here with Azhag. And then we're going to come up and say hello to Wulfric. And if you want to declare war on me, it only seems fair that we do this. This is our Goblin Big Boss. And we want to come in here and steal technology for 500. Ah, we failed. Bummer. And in 1 turn, we'll have construction cost reduction. I think we're looking okay over there. I think we'll be able to fend this off over here and then get back over here to defend Castle von Rauken and or deal with the rebellion. And we got 15 turns of WA left. So let's see what the AI decides to do here. It's another Skaven rebellion in Ostermark. Yeah, I don't think Wulfric can come out and attack us. He already moved. So his war declaration against us was very odd and very ill-advised, I would say. And they've come off their settlement. And now it looks like they're heading over towards Castle von Rauken. And I don't think they can get there quite yet. We managed to save Hergig.
I refuse.
Okay, so it's up to this one army to like keep everything under control back here. Unless we bring up another force, which I think we could afford. Let's go ahead and look at our next technology here. We have heavy clubs. Casualty replenishment rate for Savage Orc units. Okay, I don't really need that. I don't need this quite yet. We got armor for Orc Boar Boy Riders and Orc Boar Boy Biggins. We got boar painting. Now, what does this do? Adds the Orc War Boss, Oglok the Horrible, to your faction's Lord pool. When normally killed in battle, this Lord will be wounded instead. He has melee attack for Orc Boys, Savage Orc Boys, Orc Boar Boys, Savage Orc Boar Boys. We have increased armor, and then there's also speed and charge bonus. Vanguard deployment for all goblins. Upkeep reduction for all goblins. That's kind of good. We might want to go up there and get that. This adds the Goblin Great Shaman, Rachnik Spider Claw. Let's see. He boosts spider units. And he has the ability WAAAAGH and enemy leadership reduction in the local region. So that's not bad. This is a little tough to decide here. Now, if we go up this way, we got global recruitment capacity and global recruitment duration is reduced. Upkeep reduction for all units. Sharon is Karen. Might be kind of wise. And it looks like we have to go right up the middle for that. So let's go with Gabi Gabos and go for that upkeep reduction. And then over here, I think my primary concern is to make sure that we hold on to this over here. Okay, so let's head off towards Castle von Rauken. And let's go ahead and get the remnants of battle. I don't think we fight a battle here. I think we get to choose to be better on the campaign map or in battle. And we're going to pick the Hall of True Silver. And we now have melee defense and melee attack and a Lichbone pendant, which is great. And I think we could even come up and attack Longship Graveyard here. Do we have the movement to attack? We do. And I'm going to sack it. Now, are we taking attrition at all up here? We are. So is that due to chaos? Chaos corruption is 100%. We've unlocked a regiment of renown, quite a few of them. And then we have the final level of the sacking trait for Azhag. And we picked up Snotling Scavengers. But you know what? We can immediately go into a replenishment stance. I really like that. That doesn't cost any movement for us. Now, up here, we have leadership. Skull Muncha, we can get our nice mount for Azhag. Tunnel Boss. Bellower, no. Can we go up here and get this? Upkeep reduction for all Orc and Biggin infantry cavalry units. Infantry and cavalry. Okay, so our army upkeep should go down by quite a bit. If we're at 3,000, let's get Imbued by Madness. And okay, it saved us like 200. But we got plenty of money. And I'm just going to assume that all of these are worth a whole bunch of money and that we can just sack Wulfric's territory for the most part unhindered. And so you know what that means? That means that we can bring up another army over here at Wolfenburg. We can't recruit any heroes here. Let's see. We're going with the Orc War Bosses because we're real orky. And let's get the armor piercing damage and melee attack. Yeah, I think that looks good. So we're going to get Smorbit's Iron Jaw. We're now spending 1,000 per turn. Let's go ahead here and global recruit 1, 2, 3 of the Goblin Rock Lobbers. Let's get 4 units of Orc Boys. And if I really wanted to, we could even switch this over and recruit a little bit faster starting on our next turn. So let's go ahead and do that. It's going to lower recruitment cost, and it's going to give us 1 more recruitment capacity in the local region, which would be Hochland. Okay, and then we've not moved over here with our Shaman, so let's go ahead and steal technology. Success. He's gained a skill point. And now we can go down to evasion. No, let's get brain burst though. Let's just be complete because he's not really in an army, so we can kind of be complete with his skills. We don't need to go down to the end of the line quite yet. And we don't need to upgrade here. Well, you know what? It does look like they're going to cut off our ditches. If they lay siege at Beckafin, then we're going to lose the garrison building. But the WAAAAGH army, Muncha Pigkissa, should get there pretty quick, so we should be okay. This army should recruit up pretty fast, and then we should be able to get on Talibheim over here. And Azhag should be able to keep our economy afloat up north, showing Wulfric the error of his ways. So let's go ahead and ignore the rest of this stuff and end our turn. And it looks like Midland or Nordland is having a little bit of trouble over there as well. They're being sieged. I cannot imagine that Luancourt is going to do very well up there. He's got a very small army. He's in an ambush stance, so he's taking attrition. Yeah, they've gone ahead and they've laid siege over here. And then it looks like they're going to come up and try to take Kappelberg, which we really don't care all that much about. We only occupied it so we could wipe out Ostland or Ostermark or Hochland, whoever they were. And it looks like Grimgor has brought on his WA. So we have WA Grimgor. And we've been besieged over here. No big deal. How far can we move here? Okay, so we can't quite get over here to Beckafin. And so we were a little bit too slow in getting the defenses up. So they might take it, but we're going to go ahead, and when we come back, we're going to force march all the way. See if we can't stop them. They usually go for towers, and that takes 2 turns. So we might get there in time. Even if we don't, I think we can overwhelm them. If we can just do enough damage to them while they try to take the settlement. There's a good chance that they just sack it or raze it and burn it to dust. But you know what? Whatever they do, we'll be able to turn around and show them what for. And then Wulfric over here is going to suffer a bit because we can just underground move and get right over to his capital at Ice Drake Fjord. Doesn't have a very big garrison, and we can crump that pretty good as well. So those are things we're going to be doing when we come back in the next one. I hope you're enjoying this. You can let me know if you are with comments or thumbs up. I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. I like the new WA mechanic and some other stuff, and I think we're doing a good job of coming out and hassling the factions of the Empire. Until next time, you have yourself a good afternoon, and take care.